Welcome back to PJ Chen Design. This is PJ. Today I would like to talk about the cage edit command in the Rhino 3D software and how to use it. Are you ready? Let's get started. Before we get into the cage edit, I would like to talk about what other way that you can manipulate the surface first to give you some basic idea for the differences for the control point compared to the cage edit that we have. Let's say I have a sphere right here, and if I rebuild my sphere to get a lot more point, let's say I wanted to have a 12 and 12 on both U and V direction, and they all degree 3, and then we'll get something like this. If I turn on the control point, I can actually manipulate this one by pulling up and select certain point by pulling, or I can rotate it, or I can move it, so this is a lot of things that you can do, and it is only applied to the single surface. What I mean is this one, if you take a look at my property right here, it's a closed surface, so we can do control point and things like that. Once it's being manipulated, and then let's say I'm going to have a block right here, and this block is going to intersect with this, and I'm going to do the Boolean union with them. Now, if this one you take a look one more time, is a closed solid poly surface for my property, which means it has a multiple surface and that they join together with no naked edges. Now, if I want to turn on a control point, here on my top it will say cannot turn on point for poly surface. This is really important things. Once you're turning into the poly surface, you cannot use the control point unless you want to explode them and they become individual surface. And with this one, you can still turn on the control point and then you can still edit. The problem is if you're adding the surface one by one, you probably have a lot of a chance to get a naked edge or something like this. So in this case, we will need to use a cage edit. Otherwise, I prefer to keep it simple and then use control point to edit it. So what is a cage edit can do? This one, it's from the text and it is close extrusion. You can simply to do 1D scale, 2D scale, or 3D scale. And that is pretty much what you can do on the changing them. Now, if you wanted to turn on the control point, again, it won't have you turning on, it will give you just that one point. It's because it's an extrusion. So let's say we explode it and then we join back together. This one now become a closed solid poly surface. If I want to turn on the control point, it will just tell me it cannot turn on the point for the poly surface. This is the time that we're going to use the cage edit. All right, so I'm going to do the cage edit only on this text first. We're going to use the cage edit, and once I click on it, it will ask me those options right there. What it is that I usually what I like to do is choosing the bounding box, and I want to align to the wall, and then this is the preset for XYZ for 4 point and degrees 3. I simply wanted to show you what they are. So with this one, you can simply to pick up the certain point and then you want to pick it up, and then so you can continue to edit this one. You can pick up a certain point, you can squeeze it, you can drag it, and then you will become a really interesting text, and all of them is still maintained solid. So this is the key for use cage edit on the poly surface. Now let's go back with this one. For the simple introduction, we know how the cage edit basically going to do, and what can I do for all of them. So let's take a look on those options for the cage edit one more time. In the cage edit, you do have the choice for bounding box, line, rectangle, box. So what I would like to do is to choose the line, and then coming into here, I'm gonna click on the line. It will ask you where's the line, so I'm going to starting the line from here to here, and then the point you can change it more point if you want to. I'm just gonna change it to 6, and degree we would like to keep it 3. Let's go ahead to hit enter and enter one more time. you're going to get this line right here, and this line will have a 6 point as you want. And we're gonna pick up this line right here, and then we can moving up. Notice that the text will follow with the moving right there. It is really similar to use the flow along curve, but it's a quicker edit. Now, once you have this, you can also moving in other dimension. You can move it like this at the front view, so you can get your text to be deforming into this shape. And that is for the line option. Let's go back one more time and then see what other option that we have. We're gonna pick up everybody one more time. We're gonna do the cage edit. This time we have the rectangle, which you're going to draw a rectangle roughly going here and here. And then you can change the point you want. I'm going to keep it as a 4 and 4, degrees 3 and 3, and hit enter. And enter one more time, you're going to see this. Again, I'm going to pick up this, and then you can edit this way to pull it up, and then you can edit this way to pull it up. Notice that the text is not deformed as much with the this rectangle option. Next one you can do is you can use the cage edit command one more time, and we're gonna select all the object, and this one we want to choose the box. Again, you can draw a box right here for close to the surface that you have, and hit enter, and again you will have those points, and then you can moving this point right there and moving this point right there. So what the difference between the line to the box is you have either only X or XYZ direction to control your text. All right, so what I like to do to be accurate, and let's go back to the command one more time. We're gonna use the cage edit, and we're gonna choose everybody. I like to use the bounding box is because it will creating a box is exactly on the area of the text. It's really similar with the box, which the box you draw by yourself, and bounding box is just like choosing, it will automatically choosing the maximum area for the object you're going to do the cage edit. All right, so I usually like to align to the wall, and then you can again choosing how many points that you want. You can, let's say the X is longer, so I'm going to have 8 points right there. Y and Z, it's okay to maintain 4 point. XYZ degree, we want to keep it 3, and then we'll get something like this. With this one, we can choose not like whole row of the control point, and then we can have something like this if we like to. And then we can continue to tweaking the form to get it something like this. So this will be the text that we have to deform. Once you're done with it, you just need to hit the escape key on your keyboard, and you will see something like this. As long as you maintain this cage right here, you can always turn the points on, and then you can continue to edit if you want to, something like that. As long as you delete this cage right there, and then you will not able to use the original cage to edit. If you want to edit one more time, you have to choose everybody, and then you're going to use the cage edit again. If you pick up the bounding box, pick up the wall, and pick up exactly the same setting, notice that we have a new cage, and this cage is different from the original one, but you can still continue to edit it. In other application for the jewelry design, for example, something like this, I want to change the ring size. You can go ahead and scale big and small to changing the ring size, but at the same time, everything, the thickness is changed as well. So if we wanted to change in the ring size just in between 1 and half size, that we can use this one for cage edit. So we're gonna use the cage edit. We're gonna choose the bounding box on the X, Y, and Z. I don't need to do too much on the Y, but on the X right here and the Z right here, I do need some point over here. So we want to align to the wall, and the X I want to have an 8 count, maybe a little bit more, 12 count, and on the Z I wanted to have a 16 count right there. And let's hit enter, and then that's the point that we have. And then you can changing it by selecting whatever is not affected, and then we kind of slightly changing the shape right there. I have a video specific talking about how to use a cage edit to changing the ring size. I will put it on the right top corner. That I will have a detailed description for what you need to do to be properly. So I hope you enjoyed this video for the cage edit. If you like the way I model, check out my membership program. It will bring you a lot more tips and tricks in the program. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next.